Look how sturdy this thing is. That is thin and crispy. What's happening? My name is Eidref. I'm an Ooni ambassador. I make pizza at home, but I also do pop-ups and catering events. Today we're making a thin and crispy pizza on the Ooni Volt 2 electric pizza oven. Let's get started. The oven has 3 presets. Right now we're gonna be using the thin and crispy, which is perfect for a golden dark bake. In this preset, the temperature ranges from 570 to 700, but thanks to Pizza Intelligence, it's gonna go ahead and take care of all that for you for seamless baking. Just let the oven do its thing and focus on the pizza. Let's take a look at our dough. We have our dough babies here, and it's been fermenting for about 48 hours in the fridge, but about 2 hours ago, we put it in the Ooni Volt 2 to go ahead and use its proofing setting. Let's take a look and see how it's doing. Oh, lots of gas, lots of delicious aroma. This is gonna be a great pizza. Let's start stretching some dough. What we're gonna do is take some medium ground semolina here. I'm gonna sprinkle it generously over my dough. Make sure to get all the edges. And then we're gonna take our dough spatula and cut around the dough, doing our best to try to keep the dough's integrity. Just lift it up and attack. Simple, don't stress it too much. Before we get started, I like to just add a little bit more insurance of semolina right on the counter. Take the top of your dough, put it on just like that. We're gonna take some more semolina and dust off the bottom part. We have a square dough right here. We're gonna try to make a square into a circle, but don't worry if it's square. So shortly after I proofed my dough, I went ahead and turned on the thin and crispy mode, and it's been preheating for about 20 minutes or so, and it's looking like it's ready for pizza. But before we launch it, we gotta stretch and top, right? Let's go. What we're doing here is we're just moving the gas from middle to end. Using the pads of our fingers, we wanna be delicate with this dough. It wants your gentle love. Since we are going for a thin and crispy pizza, we want that crust to be really thin, but also about this dough, we've made it a higher hydration dough at about 68%. And when we're baking it off, it's gonna be nice and crispy, almost shatter-like to the bite. Really focusing on these corners here to make sure that they're not too big. For this thin and crispy pizza, I really wanna make the crust super thin. It's different from a Neapolitan where we want that airy crust. Here, we really wanna let the big slice shine. We want the thin and crispy pizza to be a good vessel for our cheesy, saucy goodness. And plus, when you bake it a little bit too long on a big old crust like that, it can get a little bready. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take my dough up in the air and start tossing it a bit. And this is a higher hydration dough, so be very gentle. It's gonna move pretty easily on its own. We just have to do a couple quick shakes, but if you're tempted to throw it, just go for it. Just be careful. Real quick, one of the things I wanted to share here is that light underneath the oven. It's actually talking to you while you're baking. If it's pulsing, kind of like a fire in the oven, it means it's heating up. And then when it's solid, it means it's pizza time. And it looks like it's pizza time. So we're gonna start with some freshly shredded whole milk mozzarella. I like to go with a full fat, and I like to shred it myself just to give it the best possible flavor. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is put the cheese down first. Nice, even layer across is gonna be great. You might notice that we're not putting sauce down first, which is not as common in pizza making, even in New York. But I find that this will make a crispier crust if you do it this way. After the cheese goes down, we're gonna go ahead and put some sauce. And be generous, because that's what makes this pizza so delicious. We're gonna go ahead and sauce the edges. People will tend to skip that area, at least I did. And then your last few bites are just dry, and we don't want that. And then we'll go ahead and just continue the spiral that we're doing here to make sure that we have even distribution. After we sauce it, I like to put a little bit of garlic olive oil on top. Just chop a little bit of garlic, put in some olive oil, and then let it rest for about 30 minutes to an hour, or maybe overnight. It just really enhances this pizza. I try to avoid the crust. It could lead to sticking on the peel. And then we're gonna go ahead and grab some cubed mozzarella cheese. This kind of acts like fresh mozzarella, but it's gonna go ahead and stay onto the pizza and melt at a slower rate than the shredded cheese would. This pizza's looking so good already. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have a little bit of semolina right here where we slide our peel underneath, add some here. And before we slide this peel underneath the pizza, I'm just gonna check the oven, and it's looking good. Lovely. Couple more tugs to make it look nice. Let's go. So what we have here is the thin and crispy setting. Right now, we're at 650 degrees. What I love about this setting is that inside, this Pizza Intelligence is figuring out what it needs. And it's balancing out constantly the top and bottom heat to make the perfect thin and crispy pizza. You want that bottom heat to bake off your golden brown, and you may even want a little bit of char. And at the same time, that top burner is actually giving a warm ambient temperature, giving you that beautiful golden char look on top as well. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. Right now, the cheese is melting with the sauce. And because we're cooking at a much lower temperature, it's gonna draw out a lot of that moisture, which plays hand in hand with our higher hydration dough. That removal of moisture is also gonna be giving us a very crispy pie. We're gonna be baking this at about 4 to 6 minutes, which is the perfect time for this oven's preset. Now's the time where I like to give the pizza a turn. Again, this is optional, just my personal preference. And we're gonna do something fun here. I'm gonna go ahead and use the timer and then walk away and really just show that this oven is pretty self-sufficient on its own. See you later. The pizza's almost done, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to cut it. But one thing I love to do is making sure that I give the pizza a little bit of airflow before we cut into it. Thankfully, the Ooni Volt 2 comes with a pizza shelf that is perfect for this job. It's pizza time. It's saying it's pizza time. Look at this beautiful golden brown pizza. I can't wait to cut into this thing. Let's go check on the crust. Oh yeah, that looks good. You can see that beautiful golden bake right there. So I'm seeing some char, which is so typical of a modern New York inspired pizza. Look how sturdy this thing is. One hand, no, one hand. That is lit and crispy. Transferring it onto our Ooni bamboo peel. I like to cut it in 6 because a New York inspired pizza should be pretty big. And then for our final 2 steps, we're gonna take that garlic oil again, drizzle it on the pizza for that flavor, but we're also gonna enhance the crust just a bit. This may be sacrilegious for some, but let me ask you this. Do you eat butter with your bread? All the time. Dip your bread in olive oil? It just makes it for a better experience, yo. Look at that. And then it really makes it shine. Look at that, glistening. Ah, sexy. And then, just to bring everything together, freshly grated grana padano. If you can't get this, feel free to use pecorino or Parmesan, but this really gives it that nice kick. Check that out. Getting too excited. Look at this beautiful golden crust. I honestly don't think we could have gotten here without the magical work of the Ooni Volt 2. Using pizza intelligence, it's in partnership with you, the pizza maker. Let's dig in. No flop, baby. Sweet, crispy, light to the bite, but also crunchy. So good. That crackle right there, sexy. This beautiful golden brown crackle that you see here, this nice crispy crust, couldn't have been done without the partnership between me and that oven. That pizza intelligence, thin and crispy mode, is everything. This is what I want when I'm craving a thin and crispy pizza. Cheers. This is bomb.